Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Dungeon Boys. We are deep into the heart, not really in the heart, we're at the beginning of my one-shot campaign before we get back to Season 2 of the main campaign. My name's Keith and I'm DMing for you today.
I'm Josh, playing Harold today, getting used to that.
Go for it.
I am John and I'm playing Orin Cayne today.
And I am Brice, playing as Baylin Bargewater.
He's always Baylin that Bargewater. But yeah, last time Baylin Bargewater and Harold Truevale, they maybe rescued is a bad word for what they did with Orin Cayne, as he seems pretty capable of rescuing himself.
We were there when he happened to get out.
Yeah.
But it was our presence that made it.
Really and truly, it could be argued. But they fought off 5 cultists who have a camp, or a part of a camp, that is made in the ruins of what seems to be a place where maybe a dragon was worshipped or something. And throughout the murdering of these cultists, the cultists were screaming things like more blood, and for the blood goddess, and for the blood jewel, and all these different things. They didn't say much else. They seemed to be very far gone as far as their mental state.
Most importantly, tune in last week to see Baylin whiff not once but 3 times in a single turn.
Yeah, we glossed over it pretty quickly, but it happened.
Yeah.
The whiffening returns.
Jack Law shed a single tear this day.
But thank you for listening to us, and thank you for hanging out with us. And if you want to communicate with us, Twitter at Taint Media Games, and you can find a link to our Discord channel to hang out with you boys there.
And share us with your friends.
If you don't want to communicate with us, find us on social media and tell us.
That's right. Yeah, do that, please. But let's get back into it. So you guys are standing over the bodies of 5 dead cultists who were covered in blood, who had scars of a big jewel. Like they carved the shape of a jewel necklace onto each of their chests. And you are now standing over their dead bodies near the wall where a dragon's head is jutting out. And you could, if you look closely as well to the wall, there may be some more things on that wall. But you're at the camp, and you're free to act.
Feet have any pouches or...
No, they have nothing on them. They are only carrying that which Mother Nature blessed them with, and some rags, and each of them has 2 daggers on them.
They have blood on them.
They have a lot of blood on them. Yes.
Baylin, in your travels, have you come across any strange folks like this?
No, I've never seen anything like this.
It seems like they're a little not right.
Yeah, they're particularly annoying. They're no fun to kill because they seem to enjoy it, and they don't carry any money when I'm done.
Agreed.
Yeah, I got you on that one. Orin, how long have you been here?
For like 1 year.
You been in the cage for a year?
Well, I don't know. No.
You've been in the cage for about a day or so.
A day,
You've
so.
been in the area for a year.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's taken them a long time to cross through the desert then.
Well, in that case, Orin, if you've been in this area for about a year or so, have you come across anything like this?
No. I have not.
There you go. Getting right up in that game.
Well,
I wish I didn't.
I suppose we're here to exterminate them, so I suppose we should look for if there's any more.
I agree.
And the only thing that stands out to me here is that giant dragon head sticking out of the wall.
Well, let me turn and take a look at it. I'm going to roll a perception.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, it's a powerful 6.
Nice. You're very close. It doesn't take much to see that beside and kind of around the dragon head is a very large mural. It's tattered. Not tattered. It's carved. It's carved into the wall.
Is this one of them murals?
Don't get too close to it.
Yeah, so there's a big carved mural in and around the dragon's head. And I would roll no, you can look at it. It's not that worn. It's been fairly actually maintained by these people. They seem to like. There are handprints of blood on this wall. There are places where it looks like a bloody hand might have been trying to wipe something away. Also, your perception roll a 6 isn't going to tell you much else other than what we're looking at with this mural. But I will describe the mural to you now. Above the dragon head statue, there is an inscription that reads, "To gain entry to the Blood Jewel Temple, submit thy greatest treasure." And then
You heard him, Cranston.
I was gonna say, toss the pig in.
beneath the inscription, a scene is carved. It's a man in armor, a very large man in armor, with his eyes open, stands with his hands spread wide. In his left hand, he holds a stack of gold. In his right hand, he holds a sword impaling the head of what is assumed to be his enemy. And then at his feet are dead creatures and people all lying down on either side of. And then on either side of this scene, a dragon's head, similar to the one you're looking at, just the profile is facing away from him, with a man in its mouth.
Well, that'll do.
Cool.
Does anybody have a great treasure they'd like to sacrifice?
We got
Not
the pig.
particularly. Like bringing my warhammer kind of close.
We got the pig.
Can we just like toss a coin or something?
How do you feel about this kid sacrificing your pig?
The pig is not going in there. I might have some. Will you allow me to just? I mean, it would be yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
So
a one shot where we're training John to play D&D. Most things go.
I get down on one knee in front of the pig and kind of pet his head, and he opens his mouth, and I'm gonna reach my arm inside, and it comes out holding an entire gold bar.
Okay, so along those lines, I was thinking, because you said earlier, Cranston, you heard him. His little tail flips up and a gold bar just comes out the back and drops.
If we find this blood jewel, it's mine, and I want to toss it in.
Okay, toss it into the mouth.
Heck, I don't know. Maybe at this point it should be Cranston's.
Standing in front of the this big mouth, the mouth is not open very wide. It's open wide enough for you to they threw a body in there, but you couldn't fit a body in there standing up. They had to slide it in. It's pitch black dark inside the mouth. You really can't see anything in there. Almost magically dark. And you toss the gold into there. It disappears into the darkness, and then you hear a clunk on the ground. And then briefly following that, the mouth of the dragon closes shut, and you hear the pressing of this thing colliding with the gold and colliding with the floor of whatever's in there.
Baylin's jaw is clenched real tight.
Yeah, and then you can hear the movement of the stuff in there. Whatever's
bulging, his face is all red.
Whatever's moving in there, and then it stops. You hear a clunk, and then the mouth opens.
Dude walks out. Hey, who threw this?
And the gold is gone. So once the mouth opens back up, the darkness is kind of dissipated. This magical darkness has dissipated, and you can see within that the bar of gold is gone.
All right, who's going first?
Pig.
Well, so excuse me. At the back of the mouth, you don't see a hole or anything. It's just
I thought this was literally Aladdin cave entrance.
It looks the same as as it did before. Like when you look in the mouth here, it just looks like a statue. There looks like there doesn't seem to be an opening. There doesn't seem to be opening in the bottom or the top or anything. It looks like you tossed your gold in there, everything went dark, and then when it came back, the gold was gone.
I'm gonna shoot the back wall of it and see if it passes through.
All right. Yeah, you fire it and it collides with the black wall and it makes the sound or whatever, and nothing special except that you look like you're shooting a rock wall.
I have a ring.
Okay. There's no NPCs there, so if you're talking to me, you're talking to the world.
I have a ring.
Something is happening to anything that goes in there. It's not going out the back way. I'm going to try it. I'm getting that gold back. I want to climb into the dragon's mouth.
Okay. When you climb into the dragon's mouth, you can see, I guess, roll a perception as you get in there.
You carefully tiptoeing in there. You just diving in, sitting down.
Perception.
Huh?
Perception.
Yeah.
You say? 21.
Dang. On the way in, you see, dang, isn't that high? On the way, you jump in, and all around the teeth, you see a lot of blood, and like you can see some viscera on the inside. When you look at the ceiling, you can see that like it looks like dead bodies have been pressed by the roof of this thing, and on the bottom where the tongue and stuff is, you can see the leavings of like corpses, and there's a few little pieces of bone and stuff in there as well as you land on the tongue.
Okay. I want to try and move to the back before it closes, like to get out of the way of the teeth and such.
Okay. Gotcha. So you move backwards, and there still looks to be, as you move back, there still looks to be almost like, imagine if you were going to make something to where it looked like it chewed it up, but you wanted to make sure that there wasn't an opening in the roof of the mouth. It looks like there's like even a press that presses anything that's in this mouth. And it doesn't look to you with that perception roll, it doesn't look to you that there's a space that if this thing does what it did to that corpse, or what to your investigation, it looks like it might crush you as it's crashing, or not crashing, but it slowly begins to come down. The two of you are watching Baylin, who are inside this mouth, slowly close.
Can I quickly, because it's coming down kind of slow, right?
Yeah.
Can I toss him the end of my 50 foot of rope, just to hang on? Hey, hang on to that.
Sure.
I'm just gonna say this while I can, Baylin and Harold. This is a bad idea.
I agree.
No, it'll all be fine. Yeah, just hold on to that rope. It'll all be good, kinda, I think.
Okay.
But won't your rope just like
No,
snap?
just let him do it.
So as the mouth begins to close, slowly, ever slowly, once it gets to a certain point, everything goes black for you. You two can't see on the inside of the mouth. There's a magical darkness that's inside of it. And Baylin, unless I don't know if you have anything to combat that, but you can't see anything on the
I have
inside.
dark vision, unless it's magical darkness.
Yeah, it's like an arcane darkness. So it begins to close, and you can feel it's coming down, and eventually you can feel the top of it touch your head as it's getting closer and closer.
Oh no!
And as soon as you feel the pressure, it says. You hear a magical, like a voice come into your mind. You hear, your greatest treasure. And then the floor drops out from under you. And
no, ma'am, you took my greatest treasure.
The floor drops out from under you. You smack into a stone ramp. And I guess this would be a surprise, so roll a Constitution, I guess, to remain firm on your grip onto the this rope.
So outside, the mouth is closed.
Mm-hmm.
Baylin has disappeared, and the rope is getting like almost sucked up like spaghetti in this thing.
Oh, Harold and Baylin.
I feel like I probably would
dibs
let
on
go
the
of the
cake.
rope.
You would have?
I mean,
What did you roll?
If it dropped out from, well, yeah, I guess, yeah. I rolled a 13.
A 13. We'll say that you held on to the rope. We'll do another roll to see, what happens with it as the rope begins to... Yeah, so the mouth doesn't close quite enough with the teeth to snap the rope. But the rope now, as Baylin has hit this stone ramp and is sliding, careening down a dark stone ramp, sliding down to Goblin Town.
Harold, I told you this was a bad idea.
The rope is almost smoking, passing through the gap in these teeth, like it's tattering. It's getting ripped up through there. It's not compromising its integrity, but it's getting ripped up, and you can start to smell the rope burning.
Can I roll a strength to try to hold on, stop this rope? It's 50 feet, so
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's a long rope, so Baylin, you're sliding down this dark pathway. You're holding on to the rope, and Harold tries. Are you grabbing at the end, or are you trying to
I'm holding on to the other end. He's holding on to the other end. So
Okay,
I'm just,
so
I'm hanging on.
So I guess I'm asking: is there a lot of slack between you and
Depends on how far we were away from the mouth of it.
Okay. I guess in my head I'm trying to picture, is there like a coil of rope between you and the mouth that's being unspun as you're holding the end of it?
That's kind of how I'm... Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So you're holding on, waiting for the snap, essentially.
Right.
So roll a strength. How heavy are you, Baylin? Any idea?
I'm a
Gnome. You're not very heavy.
No,
Okay, so roll
50 pounds or
a
something.
strength
50, 60
strength
pounds.
check for me.
Strength check 16.
Okay, so yeah, the rope eventually snaps, snaps tight. It doesn't snap. Okay. Yeah, the rope eventually snaps, and it snaps tight, and you're pulled towards the mouth of the dragon, but you're able to hold on to it and keep it. Baylin, you're just in a pitch black stone tube, or a stone square stone ramp heading downward into this whatever it is. What did I call it? It was the blood temple or the blood jewel. The secret blood. Yeah. The entry to the Blood Jewel Temple.
And I'm just standing there watching.
Yeah, Orin is just standing there watching.
I told you this was a bad idea.
Well, the good news is, he's still in there somewhere, because, seems like he fell down. Otherwise, this rope wouldn't have gone anywhere.
And
I have it's a racial ability as a gnome, but I'm not a regular gnome. I'm like I think it's some kind of dragon mark or something like that. I have the mark of scribing, and it gives me the use of the message cantrip. So I'm going to use I can use the spell through solid objects if I'm familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier. So to use the spell, I point towards a creature within range and whisper a message.
Okay.
The target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only I can hear. So I will point towards the mouth of the thing that I just fell down from, and I will whisper, "Follow me."
Do I hear that?
To Harold.
Yeah, so he would hear it?
Yes.
Yeah.
If he is within 120 feet.
We've been around for a while. I know you can do this?
I assume so.
Okay. Then I know you can do that. But I'm also wondering, how am I supposed to follow you?
As you're
Excuse me, a whisper. How am I supposed to follow you?
As you're having this conversation, and as you hear him say that, you're holding the rope. The mouth of the dragon begins to open, and as soon as it does, Harold and Baylin both feel a surprising looseness to your rope. Harold, you fall backwards pulling on your rope because it's been snapped. And you fall backwards with the end of your rope being ripped out of the mouth of the dragon. And then Baylin, you begin to slide down the ramp again.
You want to do yours first?
Do it.
We're in two different places.
Yeah. I'm going to try messaging you again.
As you're sliding?
Yeah, before I get too far away.
The message is,
Just climb into the dragon's mouth.
Well, then who's going to be holding y'all two? I ain't.
Well, nobody's holding me, and I seem to be alive still.
I'm going to message back. You crazy.
Does he hear me?
Yeah, he hears you.
Okay.
You're crazy. But okay.
Both of y'all are if y'all are doing this.
Okay.
Hey, Orin?
Yes?
I don't know, we go way back, buddy. We go way back 10 minutes or so. You trust me, right?
No.
All right, good. All right. So,
you didn't hear that message, so you don't know that. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta climb into the dragon's mouth and somehow not get eaten or crushed or something. And
No, how about this, Harold? I stay here protecting the pig while you go in.
no, come on, this is everybody all at once. Come on.
I want to send him before I get too far away. I want to message my pig to follow me.
Okay. So, is that what you guys are going to do?
Yeah.
Cranston, get your lazy butt moving.
Okay.
Little curly tail just goes.
So he gets the message, and while you're having that discussion, the pig hops into the mouth of the dragon after it opens up again. And it begins to move once more as you guys are finishing up your conversation.
Orin, come on, follow the pig. Follow the pig.
I'm just going to say this. This is a bad idea, but I'm going.
It's a bad idea, but follow the pig.
Okay, so you guys hop into the mouth of the
knows.
dragon. The very same thing happens again. You notice that if this thing works the way it looks like it's going to work, you're going to be crushed to death. It begins to go down slowly and slow. It goes down, and eventually you feel some pressure on your head, Harold. And it's
Try to hold it up.
And as soon as you feel that pressure, the floor drops out from underneath you as the mouth closes completely. And you are sliding down a slick, slippery, nasty. I guess I should also mention the smell of this dark place is very irony. very, very blood-like, very slippery.
I just noticed.
As the floor is slipping out, I would imagine that Harold probably lets loose with the least manly scream possible.
Okay. Okay, so you hit the ramp and you're sliding down, and you guys are sliding for just the same amount of time as Baylin.
Also, you were sliding with a metal pig, and it is a horrible nails on chalkboard all the way down.
Seen from a distance, there's just a trail of sparks.
It's like hundreds of feet down, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I realized I needed to buy another ticket because we're going to see I'm going to see the Star Wars film. Everybody else has seen it. I'm going to see the new Star Wars movie this afternoon, and Lizzie's dad likes to watch the Star Wars with her, so he's going to join us. And I didn't buy him a ticket, but then you have to pick your seats, so I had to buy him a ticket as well.
There you go.
So we'll be doing
pay the convenience fee again.
Yeah, that's right.
Good old convenience.
Anyway, you guys are sliding down the thing. Baylin, you reach the bottom first, and you are shot out of the wall of some dark, really pitch dark room, like a piece of gum out of a gumball machine. Not magical dark. This is just regular dark that you can experience.
We have nowhere to go back out.
You're still in the tube.
Yeah, hold on. You're not out yet. You're sliding. You're above. You're sliding with Harold. Baylin was sliding for a while longer.
I know. But once we go in, we can't go back.
We don't know that.
It seems that way.
Let Keith explain.
There's no stairs. Anyway, you're sliding down the thing. You plop out and you hit the floor. You drop about 15 feet, not 15, maybe like 10 feet to the floor, slamming your booty on the ground.
Boy.
And once you hit it, there is a deafening silence in this room.
Are all of us down there?
Not yet. The smell is overwhelming of death and rot, and the smell of just the irony smell that blood has. You can almost taste it. You can taste the way blood tastes almost in your mouth. It is a nasty place you've fallen into. The walls are stone. You're looking in dimly lit light. And it seems that you have landed on a kind of a concave floor. It's not quite as slanted as the ramp you slid down, but the floor seemed almost bowl-like where you've landed.
This is a dark, dark hole.
Yep.
I see nothing.
And as you slide, as you hit the...
You're not in here yet.
Oh, I thought you said we plopped out.
No, not yet. Sorry. You plopped out, Baylin. As you're taking all this in, the other three of you, you hear "Kong" as the pig hits the ground, and then Orin and Harold both slam into the floor as well.
That'll work.
Right
This is
beside you.
painful, guys.
Getting up, I'm like stretching out my back and everything. Oh yeah. Tell me about it. Let's not do that again anytime soon. Hopefully we don't have to ride that ride going back up.
Cranston, you seem pretty well polished.
It's like glowing from heat a little bit. Yeah. Baylin, that's you?
Yes, I'm here.
It's dark in here. Can you see anything?
I can. It's part of my natural abilities. Can you?
No. How am I looking?
You're covered in
Blood.
You're fine.
Can you see in darkness?
I can use light.
You have dark vision, but you might want to use light for your
Yeah.
friend Harold.
Yeah. I'm going to use light so everybody can see.
Okay.
Including him.
All right. How do you use light?
You cast it on something and it glows with the brightness of a torch with no heat.
Yeah.
So what do you want to? Do you want to like put it on the back of Harold's head, or you want to attach it to the pig?
Yeah, I'm gonna attach it to the pig.
Okay, so you cast
Glow
light.
pig.
You cast light on Cranston.
Pig glow.
All right, Harold, can you see him now? Can you see the pig?
So yeah, the room is
That
illuminated.
It's a
somewhat.
luminous pig right there.
So you,
And it is a beautiful, beautiful sight.
That's a tavern name.
yeah,
The luminous pig.
the luminous iron pig. So the luminous pig shows the light of a torch, which lights the room barely enough so that you can see that lining the walls of this round room that you're in are torches on the walls. And so to describe,
So did we fall out of the ceiling in this room, or like
you fell out of the wall.
Okay.
You want a perception roll?
Yeah, roll a perception for me. Let's look around and see some things.
I rolled a 22 to find a gold bar.
I want to look at stuff. I got a 21.
I got a 10.
Okay. This is so the
10 plus 2, you got 12.
I got 12.
you guys take in this room. You can pretty much see everything.
So
Baylin,
good.
you do not see your gold bar, but you do see what looks to be the trail of something sliding down the concave bowl almost that you're sitting in. This room looks to be perfectly round, about 60 feet across. On about 5 feet wide around the edge seems to be almost like a walkway, and then the inside of that is a bowl where you all are sitting. So you came out of the bottom of this room, out of the wall, and landed in the bowl. A picture, I guess. So I'm gonna draw a circle. Then I'm going to draw a circle on the inside of that. So does everybody follow me when I say you're sitting in a bowl? Yep. Then above you, kind of on the edge of that bowl, is a 5 foot wide kind of sidewalk around it. Yep. Directly ahead of you.
With a deck.
Yeah, kind of. Directly ahead of you is a door that looks to lead out of this room. To the right of this room, there seems to be a door that leads out, and to the left, there seems to be a door that leads out. At the bottom of the bowl you're sitting in looks to be about a 2.5, 3 foot wide hole in the very bottom. This whole bowl is covered in caked blood. There is blood everywhere. There are bone fragments everywhere. It's not smooth. It is one of the nastier things you've ever seen. It stinks. It's horrible. And then when you look up at the ceiling, there seems to be a convex partner to this bowl. Where your bowl is obviously convex, this is or concave. This ceiling is convex.
What about in the middle of the convex?
There is a hole up there as well.
Right. Hey, fellas.
And there's torches. Excuse me. There's unlit torches lining the wall.
Hey, fellas, you anybody familiar with like a grape press or? This doesn't look like a great place to be in. I don't much like being in this bowl. Look, there's a door over here. There's an opening in the wall. I'm gonna see if I can go this way. I don't like this.
So with the ceiling as well, I should mention that it looks, based on what you're intuiting from this, it looks as though the convex thing only applies to the bowl. It doesn't look like if that were to drop, it would land on the sidewalk. The sidewalk seems to be a safe place to be as well in this room if anything were to move.
Cool.
Dang, I can't believe if I didn't escape, I would look like this.
Big old bowl?
No, blood. Like people that died in here.
Yeah. Man's got a point.
Baylin's, you see with your natural 20, you see where it looks like your gold bar might have hit the...
It was a unnatural 22.
Or either way, sorry. With your natural unnatural 22, blah, 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 blah. It looks like you see the trail of your gold bar where it had maybe slid down and possibly into that hole at the bottom.
Fellas? I see a distinctly gold bar shaped trail in the blood towards the bottom of that bowl.
Baylin, it may not be worth it.
And it
gold
ain't
bar's
coming
worth
back.
a lot.
All right, you got a point.
All right, let's go.
You want to reach down in the hole?
You have your rope still? I guess the other
I
half
got
of
two
it fell
pieces
down.
of rope.
Yeah.
You got the other half of the rope?
I got 25 feet on.
Okay.
Tie them back together.
I can do it. I'm the lightest.
No, you're not. I'm a gnome. I'm like
Oh.
3 feet tall.
Oh.
Somebody lower me down.
All right.
We're going spelunking.
Is the hole large enough for a
Yeah, it's
for
about
a baby?
2.5, 3 feet wide.
All right. I'll take the other end of the rope. I'll lure you. But listen, we can't be taking too long with this. This is a creepy room here.
Yeah, I don't feel so good.
All right, so the rope is just nasty wet with
Is there any?
with blood.
You said there's like a bone fragment or something?
There's bone fragments everywhere.
Okay.
But they're very small. I don't know if there's whatever you're trying to do, but try it.
Crunchy.
I have a magic infusion thing. I can infuse things to emit light or emit smell or sound or sensory type stuff.
I'm gonna infuse the.
Let me see.
I really want that rope to smell like banana bread.
It does not.
That would greatly enhance the situation.
Sadly, you can't do that.
In D&D, like you can make a killing making those little pine tree air fresheners.
Yeah.
Okay, just as an action, give it one of the following magical properties. The object sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light for another 5 feet.
Okay.
So I will pick up a bone fragment and I will imbue it with light.
Okay. Cool.
How come everybody glows but me?
Yeah, the light
'Cause you're
appears
just
and the
not
room
that.
is even brighter now. You can again see those unlit torches on the walls, and you can see kind of all the way from one side to the other now, Harold. And you're gonna, what are you gonna do with that bone fragment?
I'm gonna approach the edge of the bowl,
All right.
or the middle of the hole.
Now that you guys are like standing up and moving around, I'm gonna need an athletics check.
All right. Did y'all climb up to the rim?
I don't think anybody's actually moved yet.
Yeah, that's what I said.
okay.
Hey, I kind of want to do this, but then you were like, oh, wait a minute.
All right.
Well,
Hole.
back in character.
The bowl
then.
hole.
Harold, why don't you stand on the rim and lower me down to the edge of the hole, and I will look down and see if it's even worth going in.
Yeah, how wide is the bowl?
60 feet.
The room is 60 feet, so you lose 5 feet with the sidewalk on either side, so it's 50 feet from edge of bowl to edge of bowl.
Okay.
25 feet to the hole.
So once you get to the hole, you still got 25 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm down with that.
I'm assuming y'all are tying the rope back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already said we tied it.
Okay,
together,
cool.
So. All right, so
Athletic check?
yeah, I'm
You moving to the edge?
Yeah, because I already
Alright.
said I want to move towards that door.
I'm gonna need that athletics check.
Mine's a 22.
Okay.
21.
You both make it unscathed.
11.
Woo!
You both make it unscathed. You are able. It's slippery. That's why I'm doing the athletics check. Very slippery.
Hey.
That you're climbing up. But you both, Orin and Harold, both make it up to the kind of sidewalk around the edge. Baylin, on the other hand, whenever he tries to stand and move around, he slips and begins sliding towards the hole. But I'm assuming you are holding onto the rope.
I am.
Okay, so you slip and are sliding towards the hole. I need a dexterity roll real quick to keep you from actually falling in that bad boy.
That is a 15.
Okay, so
I could see you like just sliding down, like just standing on two legs, just just sliding the whole way.
Shall I roll for the pig?
yeah, wherever the pig's going.
Oh, I didn't know the
Like
pig
you're
was
on one of
going
those
too.
Pig
airport
will
like
go up
moving
there with them.
walkways.
Okay, roll for the pig. Athletics.
That's strength.
Yeah.
That is a 13.
The pig is not going to make it. He is going to try to go up there, but his little iron feet start slipping, and he begins to careen. He begins to careen towards the hole.
Circling the drain.
So am I the only one that's just up there?
No,
Not
Harold's up there too.
Right.
So he's careening towards the hole. Roll a dexterity check, or where, however, if he wants to save himself, roll dexterity, or if you want to reach over and try to do something with him.
But his dexterity is a 5, so I'm gonna have to probably try and grab him.
Okay, so he fails his dexterity check.
Yeah.
Okay, so he is sliding toward. He is on his side. There's no way this warthog is catching himself. Which I know we instantly went from warthog straight to pig.
Yeah.
But there's no way he's catching himself. So whatever you want to do, you have a short amount of time to try to keep him from falling in.
All right, I'm gonna try and grab him.
Okay.
Like by a hoof.
You're going to have to roll strength with disadvantage.
All right.
Because he's slippery.
And he's back to.
So that's a.
Wait.
What's my strength?
We just lost our main
That's a
source of
13.
light.
Okay.
You can cast it anytime.
Oh yeah.
So this is actually not going to be enough to grab him. He's super slippery, and he's headed straight for that hole. And so you try to grab onto his hoof, and you get a hand on there, but you're a small gnome, and you're trying to hold on to your own rope. And whether it's your survival instinct or whatever it is, it just you won't let go of the rope before you let go of the pig, and you're just unable to get a hand on him. And the pig slips out of your bloody hand, and he goes into the hole. And you hear him slide and hit the side of the hole, tunk, and then you hear him drop. And you hear a very quick whoof right before you hear conk as he just like slams into something at the bottom of this hole.
So visually, like he just like slides down into this thing, and there's the hole in the middle.
Yeah.
And he's emitting bright light.
Yeah.
So it's like a flashlight just pointing straight up.
Yes, exactly that.
He's laying on top of the light, so you see a silhouette of a pig. Bat signal.
And you hear. I don't know how big he is, but he was barely thin enough to fit.
Yeah, he's like I don't know.
War
I could have
pig.
chosen
You said he was the size of you.
I could have chosen several different animals, and cougar was like the largest of them. So I guess he's an equivalently sized warthog.
Clunk. He clonks down in this hole. It didn't sound like he fell too terribly far though. So, you were slipping and falling, but you caught your footing before you made it to the edge. So you're like right there at the edge of this hole now, seeing the light shoot out.
Harold, it doesn't seem that he fell too far. I'm going to continue down the rope and see if I can get my pig back.
You were about to say gold,
Are you
weren't you?
after the pig or the gold?
Well, you know, the pig's been a friend for years, but so is the gold.
Okay.
Okay, well, yeah, at least you can see now, you know.
All right. Harold. I'm gonna ask you to roll a strength check.
Strength.
And I'm gonna ask Baylin to roll a strength check as well.
Am I just standing in there?
Oh boy.
Yep, that is a 7.
Wow. You both did very poorly on that.
I got a 5.
on that.
Should I just
The
grab
rope
the
is
rope and
slick.
help y'all?
Oh
The
yeah.
rope
So
is slick.
that's the thing. If you would like to help Harold, you can do that
I'm
and
gonna
give him
help Harold.
advantage on it.
That's
All right.
not going to do much for mine.
22.
Sorry. So if you help him, he just gets to roll again.
Oh,
So he rolls again, and so Orin runs over there and he says, "Oh, let me help." And then he grabs onto your rope as well as it's slipping out of your hand, and he helps you to lock it in. And so your end of the rope isn't going anywhere. But
you're welcome.
old Baylin didn't have the grip to catch his
Fortunate
pig.
soul.
Didn't have the grip to catch his pig, nor did he have the grip to catch
Him.
his self. So he falls into the hole, but whenever you go into the hole, you fall maybe 3 feet and then land on Cranston's back.
Ow.
And you hit him and you go, he's
Oh,
so
yes, I missed you too, Cranston.
and he, to the best of his ability, upside down tries to nuzzle you. But the light that they were emitting is now almost covered up. You see a few pieces of it coming down, but you can hear the snorting and you can hear their conversation.
I'm okay.
How's the gold?
Cranston, do you smell gold in here, boy?
He gives you the affirmative honk.
We'll find it. Come on down.
Find it quick. This place is creeping me out.
Oh, wait, yeah, the rope is hanging down. I can get back out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Speaking of which, as you fell
the pig
down,
can't.
when you first hit it, you didn't feel it at first, but now you do feel it. You're going down a little bit. You're moving a little bit, like very almost imperceptibly, but you can hear a little creak as your elevation begins to decrease.
I think I'm on a platform of some kind.
Harold.
It seems to be
I
slowly
can use
lowering.
Hell, I can use my feather fall and just jump down and see if it, and help him. Do you want me to do that, or do I need to help you?
Baylin, before we start to bailing you out, is there room in there for one more guest?
There's room for all of us, but I think I can get out on my own.
Alright. I'm not going in then.
It's only like 2.5, 3 feet wide.
It's like a manhole.
So, like,
Yeah.
oh, so it was like a little. Okay, I was picturing like once you go through the hole, it opens up into.
Oh
a
no,
larger
it's
space.
sorry, it stays the same. It stays the same all the way down.
Never mind, I lied. I thought that was pretty funny, but no, there's not enough room for anybody else but me and the pig and my gold.
This is like the Grinch going down the chimney.
Yeah.
He's like a little bit sideways. That kind
Yeah, kind of like that. Sorry, I didn't explain that properly.
I would like to search for my gold.
Okay.
That is a 20, not natural.
Okay,
Perception.
you look down and you can see Cranston's light reflecting down there, and you can see that you're standing, or he's being held up by a grate that's in the bottom of this hole. Beneath it, you can see his light shining down in this big, kind of more open area, and underneath it, you can see very thick liquid kind of moving a little bit, not swirling, not bubbling, but it's moving a bit. And that liquid is very crimson colored. But on the grate, you can see almost teetering on 2 of the grates is your bar of gold. And there's actually a gold pocket watch that's hanging on a piece of bone that's sticking on this thing as well.
Cranston, hold very, very still. What dexterity to try and...
Yeah, let's do a dex roll and see if you can reach beyond Cranston to try to... Because you're like on top of Cranston at this point.
Is he facing it?
I would say he went down backwards, so he's kind of like... You're like almost standing on his face a little bit. Like you're
He's totally cool with that.
Let's see.
Like I'm picturing you're in there. So imagine
fail.
imagine. Oh, we'll deal with that. Imagine a pig like sitting on his butt with his four legs straight out. I picture like you've slid between his legs and you're standing on his back legs and you're like almost face level with the pig. So you got to like reach down. So you reach down and what'd you roll?
1.
Cranston.
Oh boy.
Hey guys, I found the floor.
Yeah. So you're grabbing the what are you grabbing first?
I'm gonna grab him for the gold bar.
Okay, so you try to reach the gold, and as Cranston snorts to tell you that he's going to stay still, he moves a little bit, and you touch it, and the gold teeters and falls off, and you hear it like smack into the surface of this thick liquid, and then slowly sink down.
Gross. Is the pocket watch still hanging on?
Yeah, it's still hanging on.
Baylin, I just heard
that.
I just heard a noise. What was that?
Nothing. Just my soul leaving my body.
Okay then.
Yes. I got a 19 plus 1.
You're able
20.
to snag the pocket watch. You grab the gold. You stick your hand kind of
All
through
may
the.
not be lost.
You stick your hand through the chain and like wrap it around the way you would maybe like a rope or something and pull it up.
Cranston, here. I put it in his mouth.
Don't. Okay, now as you do that and you grab the pocket watch, you again hear a creak, and you can see the grate now, and you can see it. There's a hinge, and it creaks open a little bit.
Ooh. Time to move here, Cranston. Let's get up this rope. I'll climb up first and try and pull you up. I want to tie the rope off to Cranston.
Okay.
I got 25 feet of it to work with.
Yeah,
so
you do.
Yeah. Gonna tie that off to him, and then I'm gonna use him as a bit of a stepping stool to climb up over the edge of the bowl.
Okay.
Or the edge of the hole. In
Roll
the bowl.
an athletics for me.
Oh, you're killing me. That's a 18.
You succeed.
Hey.
You climb up onto the edge of the hole.
Aye. Harold, I'm coming up. Can you try and pull Cranston out of the hole?
Wait, I gotta pull Cranston. All right. Orin, can you give me a hand with this?
I got this.
Cranston also has the help action. Can he
Make himself lighter.
I don't know, like
He can try. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's
Deploy
already.
the thumb.
So we'll give that.
I guess Orin's already.
Yeah,
helped
we'll
us
give
with
this
that.
2 attempts. So you get advantage if you fail both of these. You'll get 1 more.
Okay. Is this
Don't
a
I roll
strength
too?
check or an
No.
athletics check?
We're gonna call this just a strength.
Okay.
You're just trying to pull them up
13. With advantage?
with advantage. Yeah.
22.
22 will do it. You're able to.
With my help.
Reel in the pig.
Yeah, and he comes up onto the. I'm really
So
glad. that
visually, like, there's a glowing pig ascending out of the floor.
And so he makes it onto. I really wish he was a actual flesh pig. Something like that makes me happier. But he's on the edge of the bowl. He's on the edge of the bowl now. You're both out of the hole.
I should have stayed standing on him, so when he pulled him up, it would have been like a reverse of the Jack Sparrow on his sinking ship.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
What next?
That's you.
Not me. Y'all are on the edge of the bowl.
Have I made it out of the bowl?
Yeah, you made it
Guys,
out.
I think-
And
well,
Cranston just did too.
I think we
Okay.
should just like walk where the torches are going. Just like follow the torches.
Now, I'm all for getting out of here, Orin, but first things first. Cranston felt a little light coming out of that hole. Where's that gold bar?
Just open the door. I did get this though, and I'm gonna reach into his mouth and pull out the pocket watch. Swing, sparkle, sparkle.
It doesn't tick.
Oh.
Then what's the whole use of it then?
It's gold.
Yeah, and I'm an artificer. A little clockwork piece would probably be rather interesting to me. Does it have any unique markings or anything?
Yeah, if you open it up, there's a picture of a beautiful dwarven lady. Beautiful to some.
It's the beard.
All right, Cranston, back in storage.
All right.
We got a
Look,
door.
I mean, we got our thing. Was there anything else at the bottom of that hole?
Just appears to be a drainage grate, and below is a writhing pool of viscera.
Oh, well, if that's all. All right. Well, all right. This place is really creeping me out. I just want to. I think we should go.
I agree with him.
Would you like one of the torches off the wall?
Oh yeah. It's more reliable than a glow pig.
I can light that up too.
Can you?
Torches don't walk away.
Do you have something that does fire?
No, I just light it up.
Oh, I
already
guess you
lit.
could put a light on it.
Yeah.
No, they're not lit. I don't think.
Torches aren't lit.
Torches are unlit.
You could just put a glowing ball of light on it. Yeah.
All right then. I'm gonna do that then.
Does the glow pig extinguish? Does the light extinguish from the first?
Oh, I don't. Can you cast it more than once?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just
Cantrip.
let's assume that no.
Okay, so pig stops glowing and the torch begins to glow.
All right.
There are multiple torches, and does anybody want to investigate those torches at all?
I'll do it. I'm holding it.
Why are you holding it? Why can't I hold it?
Investigate or perception?
I'm just assuming whenever you roll to see what you see when you pluck it off the wall.
Okay. 10.
Whenever you pluck your torch off the wall, you see that on the back of your torch, it almost is like a pathway going up the back of it that looks as though it goes into the wall. You're suspicious that maybe these torches are connected in some way, could be connected in some way, that maybe if you lit one, more could be lit through that process.
Hey fellas, I'm suspicious that what he said.
All right.
I'm actually hold off there, Orin. Let me see if I can actually light this. And I want to get out whatever tinderbox I have or whatever. And I want to see if I can light it up.
Okay.
Oh, so the torches ain't light up then.
Roll survival to see if you can get a fire lit in this dank, bloody dungeon.
Survival. That's a mighty 4.
You do not get a spark off of that bad
Then give
boy.
me it and I'll do it then.
I think we need an actual fire there, Orin.
That is a motorcycle.
I'll give it a shot. I have a cantrip.
Maybe
use
people
this
might,
water skin on it.
Yeah, maybe people might be listening and be like, "Why is he making them do a survival check for lighting?" I feel like you're all kind of soaked in viscera at this point.
Well,
Everything
and then
would be
too,
hard
like
to make.
I don't have a magical way to light a fire, but I do have a tinderbox.
Yeah, you can always try again. I guess a tinderbox is magic in that way.
The old flint. and
You could
steel.
try. Yeah, you could try it again if you're. Or we'll wait on Baylin to try something.
My
if he wants to
tinderbox
do it.
has a magnifying lens in it. Not gonna work.
Not in here.
No.
I can do firebolt or create bonfire. Both seem overkill.
It'd work.
Hey, you can make the
Wait,
bonfire.
but before you start casting spells or anything, let me try one more time. I mean, we might need your mojo there later. So
I can do it as many times as necessary.
well, then just let me get out of the way first.
Okay.
I'm going with you.
I
Orin.
get way behind you.
All right. I'm gonna go for a quick little tiny firebolt,
Okay.
like pea-sized.
The whole dungeon explodes. It was full of methane.
That was fun.
No, you light the torch on fire.
Tune in next week.
So you light the torch on fire, and the torch that you light, we'll say you're at the back of the room where you came in, and the torches you can see the fire travel down and into the wall, and then the torches around light up, and they light this room. It's dimly lit still. It's not an extremely bright light. There are not a ton of torches in this large room, but it is torch light that allows you to see.
I got it started for you.
I appreciate that.
And now, after lighting those, you can see some light coming out from under the doors that you see on the other sides of the room.
Mr. DM, can
Yep.
I do a perception?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do one in perception.
In here?
Can I do it?
Well, everything's dimly lit now. So.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
10.
I'm not good.
So the description that I made to Baylin, who had the really high perception earlier, and I described kind of that full room with the bone shards and the blood and all that stuff, pretty much the same thing. You don't really see anything extra.
Got my bearings.
But you can definitely, I mean, your intuition is correct. This looks like a big fat press
Okay.
for people or ammo
Or gold.
or gold accidentally.
So, doors? There's doors, you say?
Opening?
Yeah, there's a
Hallway?
door. So if the room is a compass, you guys are at the south. There's a door at north, east, and west.
Okay.
I think we should go, guys.
Yeah, but we got 4 doors and there's 3.5
Or
of
just
us.
three. Just 3 doors. The one you came in was like a hole in the wall way above. So.
Oh, okay, okay.
I think we should
So
split
north, east, west.
That is never, ever a good idea, Orin, but I like your spirit.
up. Both of y'all did it, so. And it went out great.
Fair.
So which way do y'all want to go? So.
I don't know. Coin
Middle.
toss?
Alright.
Let's get a 3-sided coin.
I'm going to roll a d6. If it's 1 and 2, we go left. If it's 3 and 4, we go straight. If it's 5 and 6, we go right.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
It is 2. We go left.
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
You've chosen.
Our finely honed instincts are telling us to go this way.
Okay, so
Cranston
you
points.
So you creep through this door. You open a wooden door down there, and it leads to a corridor that makes a right angle. So you travel into this corridor. There's one torch in there that's flickering dimly, and you travel just a few feet. Then you turn right, and then you
That's why it's a right angle.
go through an opening, revealing a large room
Guess
that
it's
you
the right
see
choice.
has been lit by these torches. A few torches have fallen off the wall. There's a few dark spots towards the other end of the room, but on this side of the room, it's fairly well lit.
Hey, fellas, you call me paranoid, but, if we lit these torches for us, if there's anybody else down here, wouldn't they know that somebody lit these torches by now?
Oh, I know what I can do. Before we go in, I can just use my alarm, so if anybody goes in, I will know.
I think that would only be good for people coming behind us.
Yeah, it's like a tripwire kind of thing.
Sure.
Good
But
thinking,
just a
though.
thought.
Good thinking. Okay.
Yes, that is a valid concern, but there's nothing we can do about it now. We will just have to be vigilant.
Fair point. Fair point.
So
Agreed.
some big items you see in this room without any sort of rolls in the lit
This is
areas.
a little snarky, Keith.
Huh? No, that's not what I was trying to
Without
say.
any roll.
No, sorry. Just without having to really look for anything. What you see to your right on the way in, this room is rather long, fairly wide room, and to your right are just some very large metal barrels. The smell of rot is just overwhelming in this room. And the room is a stone room, and it's like just imagine leaving blood anywhere and letting it stay there. It smells horrible.
Are the barrels like open?
They are sitting up on wooden stands, and they are like if you see a 50-gallon drum, these are like 500-gallon. They're just huge metal barrels. Really, vats would be a better word. Picture a shorter, stubbier version of what they brew, like beer breweries or whatever. You see those big, tall, standing things, almost like half a silo.
Does it have a cone bottom on it?
It does not have a cone bottom; it has flat bottom.
Okay.
And it does not. Well, now we're in roll territory. Let's roll some investigation or perception or something.
I'll percept that.
14.
15.
4.
4
Orin
plus.
is a 4
Alright,
plus
4
something.
plus 2 is 6.
Okay, so Orin is
What barrel?
for his calm facade. He's a little bit frightened down here. We'll say he's hard to focus. The other two of you see these don't look to be any they just look to be almost transport barrels that are sitting on these things. Maybe they're something that they move liquid in. But it's not like there's no spouts on these barrels. There's nothing like that. They just seem to be in this room, maybe even for storage.
Are they filled?
Oh yeah, you go up to and kind of knock on one, and it feels like it is rather full.
They've all got McDonald's distribution written on the side.
Chimkin nuggets.
Right.
Guys, I'm just going to say this. We can't do, too much toughness and things because we still had that battle from the 5 thing, so we're still pretty badly injured.
I think I might have been the only one. Nope, you got hurt a little bit too.
Yeah, I got stabbed by in the back.
Yeah, I'm about halfway down.
Harold's not feeling so hot either.
That's a good point. That's a good point. As cozy a place as this seems to take a small rest, maybe we should see what else is around. This whole place gives me the creeps. I don't know.
I agree with Harold.
Let's see what's at the end of this hall, shall we?
Shall
The room
we?
that you're in?
Yeah, yes,
We're in a
we shall.
room.
Yeah, it's
like a
a big long room, so it's a little bit too wide to be a hall. I guess it is a hall.
I'm leading the way.
Your perception check as well, as you pass by this darker area on the left, you can see like kind of a big archway that would be big enough for, say, multiple people or a vehicle or something to travel to, except all you can see of it is an arch because it's full of rubble. It is like completely closed off. Whether it's done that on purpose or whether this is just some kind of strange happening that this place is really old, you're not sure of. But that hole is definitely filled as the room continues forward. Roll a perception check for me.
16.
16. No, wait, no, not 16.
13.
18.
Okay. Orin, you hear it. No one else does.
Wow.
You hear the sound of something large making the following noise. As if sliding across the floor.
Guys, I don't feel it. Do y'all hear it? I don't feel so good about this.
Hear what?
I don't hear anything.
Something's coming. I'm scared.
How do you know? What does it sound like? Now that you mention it. Do you know what direction it's coming from?
Forward?
Yeah, ahead of you. As he points it out, the rest of you begin to hear the.
Y'all hear it?
I'm looking around. I'm looking to Cranston. Where he's at. Is this a Cranston noise?
Y'all hear it?
Should we perhaps try a different door?
We shouldn't go into combat yet.
Yeah, let's maybe try that other door back there. We got a couple more choices.
Yeah.
Secret door number 2.
Secret door number 2.
Yeah.
You guys turn around and leave this room, I guess.
I'm leading the way.
All right, back to the bowl. Do you? I assume you go on the sidewalk and not through the bowl again.
Absolutely.
Okay. So where are you headed now?
North?
North.
The northern door? Okay. So you open that door. This room is much more well lit. Some of your torches have passed through this hallway. They're going down each side. The torches are a little more dense down this way. And this is just a narrow hallway that seems to pass through, pass beyond this room that's on your left. Down towards the end of it, you can see a door that goes maybe towards that room that was on your left. It looks like maybe a passageway to where you would get into the other end of that room. And on your right, you can see a door opposite that looks like maybe there's a room that's similar, at least in length, on the side to your right as well.
Do we need a perception check to see if there's anything else in here, or is that pretty much it?
You can do it if you like.
Alright. 4.
Might as well.
No, it's 6.
11.
Nothing special. This is just kind of a stone hallway. There's more blood stains and stuff everywhere.
We missed the 20 assassins hanging off the ceiling, though.
Yeah, I guess, Orin, it would be important to mention to you that earlier when you heard that noise and you had that perception check, you also were the one to notice on the ground these big, wide, slidey blood stains. They're like underneath, like down in the light, you could almost see them flickering. They're just these long, wide, looks like something was drugged, but whatever it was bloody and long and wide.
Fellas, it looks like...
And you don't see that in here. You guys don't... The floor in here is relatively clean.
Fellas, it looks like if we go the left way, it'll lead us back towards the squishy noise.
The death.
To the right, then?
Let's maybe check out the right side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems... Yeah. So I hit
Let's just
that
do
way.
it.
Okay.
Orin, you seem like a sneaky fellow. You want to try and do it quietly? Make sure we don't disturb anything on the other side of this door.
What?
I Kill Harold.
Harold, shut up. 20.
Harold is
Nat
a very
20.
blunt
No,
object.
wait, no, not 20.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, nat
20.
20 is like automatic
30.
wins. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, 30.
You are stealthy. You go into the other room.
We didn't even know he lived.
Want to roll a perception in there, Orin?
Sure.
This room is also fairly well lit.
20.
Not natural.
Not natural. You see it all though. In this room on the right side, again, as you can see, it's the room of the same length as the other one.
Mm-hmm.
On the right side, you see another archway, but it's got rubble all in it. There doesn't seem to be a place to go there. On down the right wall, though, where there is no door, there's a lot of cages of all different sizes. Large cages, maybe for large animals, cages that are people size, cages that are small, rusty, nasty cages of every size. And then down the center of the room, maybe a little bit to the left, there are 6 stone slabs that are not completely flat. They're kind of like
Slanted.
They're slanted up. And on each of those slabs, you see leather straps where hands and feet would be, kind of rotting away. And each of those slabs has blood stains that run down from the top all the way to the bottom. And underneath each of those slabs, at the bottom of the slant, there is a kind of a smaller version of that bowl you guys were in, just essentially a drain for the leavings to fall through under each of these 6 chairs. And on the left wall, you can see there are just stacks of cutting and sawing implements.
And blood.
And yes, blood everywhere.
I'm
Nasty.
sure Orin's fine in there.
We shall see.
What do I do now?
Is there any doors or anything? That you saw?
Yeah, there's that door that we mentioned in the hallway. At the far end on the left, there's a door that seems to lead back into that hallway.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to Harold and Baylin and tell what you told me.
Okay.
Then go to the door that I just went.
Okay, so the room that you're in, you're leaving it. You're going to tell them what you saw, and then you're coming back to this room?
Yeah. And see what they think.
Okay.
I'll follow him back in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going.
All right, you're in the room.
Cranston's still with us?
Yep.
Is he still glowing?
No, he's
No.
not,
No more glow. Okay.
I think.
I don't think we
so.
should have a glowing pig. Because there's a monster.
He is, he points out everything that he saw, so no rolls required. You saw the stuff that I just described.
Cool.
She said there's a door at the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think we should go.
Okay.
But at
Lead
least,
the way, Orin.
it's like, so imagine that that room you went on the left, it goes up the way the hallway went to the north. This room also turns left and goes up that way.
Right.
So essentially they're both connected to that middle hallway, it seems.
Alright.
So you guys are...
Didn't we just come out of the middle hallway to?
So yeah, so the 3 doors in the circular room,
Yeah.
the door on the top leads down a straight hallway. The door on the right, you go through a little passage and then make a
Oh,
left.
so there was more hallway that we didn't go down.
Yeah, you didn't walk down to the end of it, no.
Oh, I thought we were just in a room with a door on the left and a door on the right.
That's what I thought.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It continues beyond that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my fault. Yeah, the hallway would continue beyond.
We turn around and find there's more.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just it's one of those things when you're thinking about it. I picture
Yeah.
it in my head and I didn't.
All right.
Yeah, the hallway
good.
continues past those doors as well.
Well, then we're already in this room. Let's go ahead to the end of it and turn left to get back into the main hallway again.
Okay.
I'm kind of following along. I'm feeling. Yeah, Harold is feeling a little like he wants to get out of here.
Okay. So you pass through that door. Roll perception again for me.
Perception. 15.
Also
6.
15.
8.
Okay. Orin this time doesn't notice it, but the two of you notice that same coming from that room, the door directly across from you. So if you're coming out of the door of the room you're in, looking across that hallway that I misdescribed.
So it's from the original location.
Yeah, from the original. It's the sound is coming from that room again,
Okay.
and it sounds like it's getting a little bit closer to you.
Fellas, anybody else hear the squish again?
I heard it this time.
I don't hear it anymore.
Let's.
I mean, should we keep going or should we go back?
I'm scared.
I don't
I don't
know
know
that
if
there
we
is
should-
an option to go back.
Yeah.
Let's just push forward.
Yeah, seems right. I mean, there's not a lot of out where we came from, so.
But still, we should go in combat into the minimal. Wait.
Minimal.
Yeah, minimal.
Minimal.
You messed me up.
The least amount.
The least amount of combat here.
There you go.
Oh man. Okay, so you guys kind of go out of that door.
Because we're still badly injured.
You guys go out of that door and turn to the right.
We fight small.
And in doing so, you go down that hallway. There's a
Is
good
this hallway always here?
there's a good amount of length left of that hallway, but you can see that it eventually opens up to a kind of large opening into maybe even another hallway going horizontal to it, but that's a good 50 to 60 feet off down this one. And as you travel a little bit behind you, you all hear the noise. It's unmistakable now. You hear. And you see a gelatinous blood cube squeeze through the door.
It's the appetizer.
So you guys turn around, and so now that door that was on your left when you came up is now on your right, and the gelatinous blood cube squeezes through that door like a fat person into a skinny pant. And then
Skinny pant.
With some effort? Or?
it splats against the other wall and then begins to move towards you.
I think we should retreat.
I think we should move faster than we had previously moved.
I can use the fog cloud to confuse him.
I don't know if it has an eye.
I don't think it does. You can try.
I mean, it might have a couple of them in there.
Alright, let's try.
This thing is about 10 feet wide and 10 feet tall. The hallway you're in is about 15 feet wide. So there's a little space on either side. And it is slurping
Yeah, I'm
towards
using
you.
it now.
All right.
All right, if you're
So
going
there's
to...
more hallway behind us, and this thing just came out.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so from where you were, imagine the circle of the bowl. Let's imagine instead of going to the right room, you just travel down the hallway that's directly north of you. You're going down that hallway. You made it past the two doors that we've mentioned in that hallway. The cube came out behind you. So now there is open hallway in front of you leading to an open door, and behind you there is gelatinous cube.
I just used fog cloud. Did that do anything?
We need to roll initiative if you're going to do that.
Oh.
You are within the sight and positioning of this cube.
So do I need a
But
roll?
we can retreat from combat, correct?
Yes.
You can try to run away from it, yeah.
All right,
And
cool.
if you get far enough away, we'll end combat. But this thing seems to be after you.
Gotcha.
Am I wait.
Yes. You don't. Yeah. All right.
Are we doing this, fellas?
I got 5.
Hopefully not.
Fog cloud just missed.
Huh?
It's a-
No. You rolled an 11
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
gotta
And
roll-
you rolled that for initiative. Fog cloud just happened. You don't have to roll to
Yeah.
hit anything.
Alright then.
You can't miss.
Still like
fog
mage
cloud.
hand. It just happened.
Okay, what you all roll?
I don't remember.
11.
Yeah, 11 plus
9.
is 13.
Okay, so the cube is gonna, he did a bad roll. So
Did we confuse him? Well, did I confuse him?
hold on, let me figure out what's going on. So yeah, Orin actually is going first. So you cast fog cloud. Is this a cantrip or a spell?
Spell, right?
Yeah. It's the first level spell.
And it does what?
Like
20-foot radius, or maybe it's diameter.
Just obscures things, really.
Yeah. Josh, you've cast it many a time. Do you remember?
I have. Fog cloud. Let me dig up Arlo real quick, and I'll tell you.
Oh man.
I'll tell you good. Fog cloud. You create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. The sphere spreads around corners and areas, and its area is heavily obscured. It lasts for the duration or until a wind or moderate or greater speed, at least 10 miles per hour, dissipates it. So it's 120-foot range, lasts for an hour, and takes up a 20-foot sphere.
Okay, so you cast fog around the cube.
Mhm.
There is now fog around the cube.
It's a concentration, too, so I don't
Yeah.
know if that counts.
There you go.
Well done, Orin.
I don't know what it did.
I don't know either.
We'll find
Now
out.
it's a dangerous enemy that we can't see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I wanted to run away either way, so it doesn't really matter.
That'll work.
Well, it's just a cube, so it doesn't matter, right?
Well,
Probably.
if he can't see or if he can see, let's see if we can get away from him first.
All right.
So how do we run? Do we
With
have
our
to take
2
turns?
legs.
Yeah, you have to take your turns in combat. So, John, you still have enough. You still have movement that you've not yet to use. You could go 30 feet.
You can begin running away if you
Yeah,
wish.
I'm gonna
Or
begin.
can he dash
running
with a
away.
bonus action?
He can.
Okay, you can dash with a bonus action. You could go 60 feet instead of 30 if you'd like.
All right, I'm gonna use the dash and go.
Okay, so John runs into the next room, sprinting, or runs toward the next room. Right, he's right at the edge of the doorway at this point. Okay, Orin runs. Orin casts fog cloud and sprints away from you.
That's.
It is
turn
now
is it?
Harold's turn.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was Baylin's turn.
No.
Harold's turn.
Oh,
Hey, Orin, get back here! Wait! And I dash after him. I use my actions as dash.
Okay, so you run up right behind him.
Yep.
And now it is Baylin's turn.
All right, come on, Cranston, we gotta go. And I'm dash after them.
You end up 10 feet behind them because you have 25 movement instead of 30, right?
Yeah.
And then
I will use my bonus action to use the dash action on the pig.
how much movement does he have?
Uh,
Probably 30, right? Eats piggy.
I don't think it said.
I could see Cranston getting to like 30 and like slowing down to stop, and then dash kicks in. He just picks right back up and keeps going.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Okay.
I'll assume I'm
He
gonna
just
call it
moves with you.
25. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you guys make it to the edge of this doorway. It's a more decorative arch. The hallway has kind of gotten a little bit bigger since then, and the torches now from this hallway have lit, and they have gone up the walls of this great, looks like an entry hall to some sort of temple. The ceilings are extremely high. The room is wide. It is decorative, and I'll explain those decorations later on. But behind you, you can hear the slurping of a gelatinous cube, still slurping towards you at 30 feet per turn. So behind you, yes, you guys look into this room. You take a quick evaluation, and then you turn around to see the gelatinous cube emerging from the fog cloud.
I guess it didn't work.
Well, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
And that is where we will end this episode of Dungeon Boys. The one shot continues. Tune in for the final episode of the one shot next week. But in the meantime,
That
please,
sounds kind of grim right there.
yeah,
The final one.
please, please think about that sound. Please remember to write a review or whatever. Share us with your friends wherever you're listening. If you would like to communicate with us, you can find our Discord channel. Or our server with the Dungeon Boys Discord channel. There's a link to that Discord server on my Twitter, and Twitter is @TankMediaGames if you want to tweet us or follow us or whatever. But other than that, thank you so much for listening. Thank you, boys, for being Dungeon Boys, and we will see you all next time. Please remember, we love you very much.
Bye.
Toodles.
Later.